I smiled at her softly and stared back into her eyes as I held her close to me. She smiled back at me with tears in her eyes, and I felt something I couldn't explain. It's the feeling when you smell something from your childhood but couldn't remember what it was. The feeling of listening to a piece of music that would send chills down your spine. The feeling you get while sitting by a window while it's raining and drinking tea. The feeling a child gets when their mom picks them up early from school. For a moment, she stared back at me with her eyes guarded with an icy cold stare, only for it to melt and sink into the warmest of stares, a stare you see someone use while at the beach during sunset, a stare you'll see while watching fireworks, the stare that would be the death of me, as it is the stare that I fell in love with. My book is called Her Majesty Gloria. It's about Gloria, who is a member of the royal family who is struggling with a loss and is struggling to feel close with her family.
My book is called Thicker Than Blood, and it's about a guy who meets a vampire, and all of a sudden they're friends, and they have to kind of deal with what it's like to be a vampire and a human and the complexities of a relationship like that.
The name of my book is called Lost Causes. My book is about 4 kids who all come from traumatic upbringings, and they wind up finding each other at this boarding school that they have to break out of and, live life on the outside as runaways.
My book is named Fingerprints. It's about a teenage boy that's gay and came out to his stepfather. A bunch of things happened. Point is, he got abused by his stepfather for a few months, and his best friend made a plan to save him.
The title of my book is called Phantom, and it basically centers around this one girl and her group of friends who attend this school called Phantom, and basically they find out that it's not exactly what they imagined it all to be, so they have to uncover the secrets of the school altogether.
I think my favorite part is writing my characters and getting to know them in a way. Starting off, I drew the characters first, so I already knew how to describe them and what they look like. I've been working with these characters for 7 years now, and they've kind of developed into their own people.
I think the hardest part was making sure everything I had in my mind ended up expressed on the page, and people would understand what was going on, even if they weren't me.
Keeping my story together, because in my mind it's a lot of things that I feel like would be interesting to put in my book, but I have to keep it a part of the story.
I guess it was in the break in between junior year and senior year, I lost track of what the book was about, and getting back on track was a little bit hard.
Most challenging part has got to be keeping the characters organized and having them make their own personalities and their own choices and their own storylines.
I think my favorite part about writing it was watching it come to life and watching the characters develop from more than just words on a page.
I just take different parts of myself, my personality, and then form new characters based off those.
I put my imagination to work with my music and all of that. I find a way to make a good story out of this.
Definitely all the action scenes. There's lots of action in it, so definitely just bringing those characters into the scenes all together and having them work together.